Welcome everybody to the grand finals here of the MetaPlays Halo Wars 2 Pro League Tournament. We've got CarsandCameras here in the blue color playing as Decimus. On the other side, his opponent Aatrox is going to be playing as Cutter, and immediately off the bat we're seeing a chopper bullying Marines. One of them has already died, it looks like, and as a result, CarsandCameras is taking over these power nodes. In this tournament, 320 pounds are on the line. That's pound sterling, the British currency, around $400, just under that. Thanks to the community who contributed like 70 to this one. So thank you very much to everybody that did. And contributions are open for the next event, of course. Check out our website for that, as well as other ways to support us. Now, the second Marine is now under attack. A little bit of wiggle micro from Aatrox wouldn't hurt, as the chopper will be winning without that. Quite substantially too, it seems. And then the chopper just picks up some resources, whereas you just have one Marine left. CarsandCameras is probably gonna look to have 3 mini bases versus 2. Or, sorry, 4 versus 2. That's pretty brutal stuff. Another special thing about this tournament, as I said many times, is that we are doing draft formats now. So you got yourself several bans, and Aatrox kind of blew his bans. I think he's doing it on purpose, guys. He's so strong, he needs to nerf himself. What he does is he picks the weakest leaders. So in this instance, he picked Johnson, and which is not necessarily terrible weak. But he picked Johnson and Kinsano, which Cars certainly wouldn't be playing. So basically Cars gets away with all his main leaders in play. Whereas Cars has banned Shipmaster and Colony, so that's some pretty major leaders of Aatrox's. And then the picks, the leaders that are available to both players, are mutually exclusive. So that means that if Cars picks Decimus, then in the entire series, Aatrox does not have Decimus. I'm really curious as to why he went with Fury here instead of Vortex, which would have the same effect of increased damage, but your units would last longer. And it would stun the building, so that some of the resource collection would be cancelled out. But yeah, we've got the 4 versus 2 mini base set up. He's got the generator kill, so our Cutter player is in so much trouble here. Aatrox absolutely toyed with rock generation today, but I think CarsandCameras is turning it up on its head. And he's getting some pretty good damage in against that generator too. There will be further brutes, and Vortex should be available. A second generator is being built. I think that Cars can just create a lot of trouble here, forcing these jackrabbits to stay home and stuff. Of course, when there's that many jackrabbits, they basically one-shot the brutes, so that's something to keep in mind. But again, Vortex can get a lot done. Half health on that gen. If Aatrox goes out too far, Cars just pops out another brute, right? But I don't think he's doing it. Got himself a power node. He's probably gonna think about the base at some point, but you don't want to do it into ODST, right? So you wait with that. I'm also a little bit surprised that he's actually gone for Grunt Mines, but I guess there's jackrabbits. It's just not that many to really justify the mining. They're also not upgraded jackrabbits, so they really can't keep engaging this. And at some point, you gotta remember that our Decimus player will have Boundless Siphon, so guns would go up to high health. Okay, here comes the upgrade. Tier 2 is on the way. A single hunter puts a stop to this, basically. Especially with grunt support and mines. Cars is just playing it safe in case there's more jackrabbits behind this, but there's not. There's not. It's gonna be fine. Support drone at 5 minutes 40. Aatrox against Decimus. I am speechless every time I see this man play. What? How does that even make sense? What is going on? Ooh, that was a good little beam, but this is the side of the map where there's a cranny to escape into, so that's in pepperonis. Has he spent the... Yeah, the satchels have been beamed. That's a cleanup, but CarsandCameras is still going to lose the mini base. Good escape overall from Aatrox, and he's getting some value out of that Jackrabbit Spammerino after all. The Grunt's just not being here. Mexican Gen ended up being risky. You know, when you have 3 turrets defending your main base, maybe you want your generator here, just saying. Not to criticize too hard, but a mobile army with a drop leader, this is probably what will happen to your gen. Are the Grunts looking for a counterattack? Because technically they could get a lot done. I'm pretty sure they just got their boundless siphon in, right? Just heard the leader power points tick up. Yeah. This is not enough really to deal with the overwhelming number of jackrabbits, but we're just going to the main base. It's fine. It's fine to lose a mini base. Of course, has the opportunity to destroy 2 generators here. Hell, maybe he has the opportunity to destroy the main base. But I don't want to call it too soon. Oh my god. The generators are toast. Aatrox is gonna be broke. Sending home all of the rabbits. The Grunts are now taking down the Hellbringers, because why not? The heal. Rob says he needs to delist the VOD. Oh man. Nobody has seen it coming. Generators are slowly coming back, but Cars is working his way up to Corey. At some point they'll be together. EOD is also angry. He says he's gonna smack Cars and Mar in Yoda's tournament. Yeah, the anniversary tournament's coming up, so everybody gets ready for that. I might be around to cast as well, let's see. Depends how busy I am. Maybe I'm not doing the all-nighter, but I'll probably stop by at least. Hey, Venom says gift to the sub as well, thank you. I missed it. These generators seem to get the same fate in this game. Just ODST and rabbits wiping them out. Cars was never ready for it. He still doesn't have a backup second generator, so at some point he'll have to get the third base though. He's been doing really well for himself. Aatrox still not able to upgrade any of his gens. Nor does he have a ton of power nodes captured. Somehow the Sentinel survived, but it's fine. Wait, you can't be serious that this base is gonna fall to this. No way. There's too many Hellbringers. To be fair, you drop a Corey on it, it's gonna go down. Yes! Let's go! Oh my god. It's gonna go down! Well, Aatrox was cute running around and taking down gens, but what you gonna do about this boy? It's another base dead. Jackrabbit Hellbringer counterattack coming in with dispersion nozzles, but it's a few minutes too late to be effective. Has a million resources booked up, so can he get to his big drop? That's the big question. If he can just, you know, not make units for a moment, he will have pop, and then he can just pop this Corey. He's doing it, right? Oh, he's doing it here. Sir, Cars has 2 bases, you have 1. Sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Wait, is Cars gonna just bonk the side buildings here? Okay, that's weird. You know, maybe it's the case that Aatrox will work faster on the bases than Corey here. Cars is not making a whole lot of units, man. Finally has a Hunter, and he's got Boundless Fury, so things will be moving a little faster now. Especially with the turrets surviving, that's a pretty big deal, actually. Corey has stripped quite a bunch of buildings, now working on that turret, for whatever reason. A very critical target, I would say. It certainly doesn't have the means to deal with this army here. So Corey might want to come home. Who? What? What? Oh, Aatrox gives up. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. Good game. Good game. That was really weird. Score is now 1-0 in favor of this man in the blue. CarsandCameras coming out with the Arbiter. And on the other side of the map, Aatrox will be bringing the Pavilion. Did I see that right? It is Pavilion. Okay. Of course, rallying here, that's the goal. Gonna have the early burnout on an extractor, actually. A little bit untraditional. Usually you get the harvester and do a little bit of pressure plays, especially against something like Arbiter, who will have like a ghost, right? What do you do about 2 or 3 choppers in your face in the early game? It's very difficult to deal with, but hey, Aatrox always has the special strats, right? He's not doing the meta thing. That's why everybody loves him. Into the garrison. The grunts will just watch. Because they can't reach there if you position it correctly. Ooh, they just started shooting. Okay. Strange they wouldn't shoot then. Active camo coming in for Cars, looking for the early power node grabs there. camo does last long enough that you can take out the sentinels. And we do have this whole rule that, yeah, you can take power node with camo while the sentinels are just not able to defend themselves, but you still have to kill the sentinels. You need a rule for that because on the ladder in matchmaking or whatever, you could just leave and leave the sentinels alone. If they never get aggroed, then they're never gonna recapture. So yes, he can use this. As long as the sentinels die, everything's cool. Second power extractor's up. Aatrox is a little faster with that, no surprise there. But ultimately this will pay off for cars. Ooh, that's gonna be close. Wow. Car's working on the 5th power node at this rate. Power node, gamers. 5th power node. That's a lot of resources for cars. Look at this power going. My goodness. Quite a bit faster than Aatrox. I wish there was an indicator for that, but how much exactly it is. But like this is 12. Power nodes are 1.5. That's like what? 4, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, right? Yeah, lots of power. But there's a 3rd generator now. Aatrox's base is not getting blasted by the grunts, but here's the thing, the 2 rangers should be able to hold, right? Oh, that was some great mines over there. CarsandCameras is getting away with murder. Oh, another detonation coming in. I do think that Aatrox is overall defended himself just fine. Just what does he do about that power advantage? Because as soon as Cars adds in the 3rd generator himself, he's gonna be in trouble. But for now, he's fine. There's nearly out. I missed whether Cars has done the upgrades for him. We're about to find out. Now it's queuing after, so this is a completely naked basic Arbiter. Won't be able to do too much against the Rangers, but once he is upgraded with tier 2, yeah, these guys are gonna be in trouble. In the meantime, putting on some damage. Using some grunts for it is okay. After all, Cars will come back with better units in tier 3. Oh, Conduit and Carnets first. Alright. Could have gotten to Wraiths. a lot of elites. But guess what? The Arbiter's an elite. He can get away with it. That's so much murder. Wow. The generator has been destroyed. Now can he escape? Cars is slowed. He's still wiggling. It's working. Crazy. Was that worth it for a generator, guys? I don't know. The drop itself is pretty expensive. I suppose he killed quite a bunch of the elites. But if you're gonna go tier 3 anyway, and you have tanks, then it doesn't matter. Aatrox is doing a really good job taking back the power nodes, by the way. Lucas here to put on a little bit of extra damage. If Aatrox can pop down the Lich, he will be able to reinforce the front. He's got a pretty big burnout coming in as well, with triple generators empowered there. Yeah, Lich right here right now would be great. Just can't afford it in this moment. Cost pumping the Raves. So yeah, it should be Hunters out of the Lich. But is there enough firepower to deal with the Arbiter? We're about to find out. I'm sure he's gonna drop mines on these guys again. Wait. Dude, Aatrox. Aatrox is using abilities from the garrison. That's not cool. I don't know. Hosty, do we care about that? Technically, anyone can do it with a control group, but no. I think that's one of those things where we just asked not to do it again. Don't know if Hosty is still here. Oh. Good dodges. Escaping a lot of the shots. Free Locust firing now. It's gonna strip this base pretty quick if they start targeting individual buildings. But we do have several Wraiths now out, and the Arbiter is upgraded with the bubble shields. Wow. Absolute cleanup there from CarsandCameras. The Wraiths really did their job, guys. Base is not yet shielded, but it might as well be in a moment. And shielded. Should be no problem for free Reavers to take this thing down. Lich is dead, and so is Aatrox. Cars is up 2-0, just one more victory for today, and Cars is done with the tournament. Easy. The unexpected. CarsandCameras is picking Warriors for this vault match. I thought that would be better for the smaller maps, but I don't cast enough Warriors, so I literally don't know. That's the truth. On the other side, Aatrox is picking Yap. We've seen him do this before. We'll probably see it again. So yeah, I'm really curious how Warriors ends up working on one of these bigger maps, you can probably get some of the more mobile units to run around with and harvest a little bit of resources off of your opponent's buildings. That probably works kind of nicely. That's what I'd expect to see. Mostly looking at resource sharing. This is pure grunts, right? I don't see any chopper here. Yeah, pure grunts. Grunts be coming out. Alongside mines. This is just one. Oh. Cars wants to end it quick. Double raid camp, grunt mine, brutes, into the base. What's Aatrox doing? Cannon fodder. They're not gonna be very good at holding this. Does he remember how this works? Uh-oh. And there's the one turret, I guess. And there's plenty of grunts here to take it down again. Now the brutes are coming. No mines in sight. Wow, Cars is messing it up real good. That turret's toast. Strong start. Especially because Aatrox went double gen. He's 66 pop, but it's all cannon fodder. How is he supposed to hold this, man? Cars is gonna just follow this up with his grenadiers, and then what? Maybe he just doesn't, actually. What if he just doesn't do it? Just hold on to the grenadiers until he wants a heal. Don't kill any cannon fodder. Aatrox will be 80 pop of all this, whatever that is. The generator's already down. Cars is getting rich off this. He's got a second generator, no problem. He can get a base if he wants to because he's got line of sight from the garrison. And Aatrox is probably just dead, losing the second generator now. Why would he make that many cannon fodder? Cars did watch what Aatrox does here. He was more than available to watch the rock game versus Aatrox, right? So he did, and here we are. Doing a counter build to what Aatrox does. And Aatrox is pretty much toast. It does drop in the shade turrets, but they're not nearly enough to deal with this. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a swift 3-0. There's very little hope for Aatrox. He could have beamed this stuff maybe, but then he doesn't have the resources, right? He just spent all his power. CarsandCameras can go tier 2 behind this. He just destroyed all the buildings. There's one augmented harvester left that he can get a lot out of. Second base is coming up for CarsandCameras behind this. You see on the minimap. And still there's no relevant units here to take anything down with. The 2 heavy grunts are not bad, but they're also not, like, hugely meaningful. With tier 2, you just switch into Marauders, I guess, or jump back brutes again. More jump back brutes with Dark Skies this time. Oh, could make another raid camp right up there, of course. Oh, we got the drop. Marauder is killable, but yeah, it's probably not happening, is it? Aatrox's mini bases are gonna fall one by one, it looks like. There's no brute here, at least for him. Good news. This has also been cleaned up. But the last of the harvesters are dropping here. There's another hit squad ready to go into the main. Aatrox has a million resources, but can't actually do anything with it. So with the healing coming in for the brutes, and Cars probably looking forward to having Dark Skies. I don't know. I don't know what you do about this. That's too much. That's too much, and Aatrox knows it. We've got a sweep, ladies and gentlemen. Quick finals today. Good games to CarsandCameras. I don't think he's dropped a single game other than against Rock Generation, which, you know, is never a surprise, but damn, that's impressive. He's done super well today. Congrats to Aatrox as well for making it to the grand finals. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.